Did you know that over 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? Imagine turning that statistic around with habits that stick. Join me as I challenge myself to build a life filled with successful habits that actually stick, and let's see if I can make it happen. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into how to build successful habits that not only last but transform your life. Many of us struggle with maintaining good habits, often falling back into old routines. We start strong, maybe we're motivated by a New Year's resolution or a major life change, but soon enough we're back to our old ways. It's frustrating because we know we're capable of better, but somehow we just can't seem to make those good habits stick. Have you ever felt like you've tried every trick in the book, from habit trackers to accountability partners, but somehow you still end up back at square one? You're not alone. The truth is, building successful habits is hard, and it's not because we're not trying hard enough. It's because we're not going about it the right way. There's a science to habit formation, and understanding that science is the key to making real lasting change. The problem is that we often focus on the wrong things when it comes to building habits. We focus on the outcome rather than the process. We focus on the end result rather than the daily actions that will get us there. And because of that, we set ourselves up for failure from the very start. We need to shift our focus away from the big goals and onto the small daily habits that will get us there. We need to focus on building systems, not setting goals. We need to understand that building successful habits is not about motivation or willpower, it's about consistency. It's about showing up every single day and doing the work, even when we don't feel like it. It's about creating an environment that supports our habits, rather than relying on our own self-control. And most importantly, it's about being patient and kind to ourselves when we inevitably slip up. We'll discuss the science of habit formation, the importance of consistency, and practical strategies to integrate habits into your daily life. We'll dive deep into the nitty-gritty of how to make habits stick, from identifying your why to creating an environment that supports your goals. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to build successful habits that will transform your life. The science of habit formation is fascinating, and it's based on a simple concept, the habit loop. The habit loop is made up of three parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue is the trigger that sets off the habit. The routine is the action we take in response to that cue, and the reward is the benefit we get from that action. Understanding this loop is the key to creating any habit you desire. Want to start exercising every morning? Identify the cue that will trigger the habit, create a routine that is achievable and enjoyable, and find a reward that will motivate you to keep going. Mastering the habit loop is not rocket science, but it does take practice and patience. It takes understanding your own motivations and desires, and being willing to experiment and adjust as needed. But the payoff is worth it, because when you understand the habit loop, you can create any habit you want. Want to learn a new language? Create a habit loop. Want to start a new business? Create a habit loop. Want to transform your entire life? You guessed it. Create a habit loop. The key to lasting change lies in understanding the habit loop: cue, routine, and reward. Master this, and you can create any habit you desire. You'll be able to identify the habits that are holding you back and replace them with new ones that will propel you forward. You'll be able to create systems that support your goals rather than relying on motivation or willpower. And most importantly, you'll be able to make lasting change that will transform your life. To recap, successful habits are built through awareness, consistency, and the right strategies. You have the power to change your life. Remember, building successful habits is not about motivation or willpower. It's about understanding the science of habit formation and using that knowledge to your advantage. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and check out our next video on overcoming procrastination.